Emergency fund. What is it and how much do you need? Put simply, an emergency fund is extra money that you set aside to take care of you in the event of an emergency. Usually people are referring to it in being able to support you if you lose your job. To be able to meet living expenses, keep food on the table, a roof over your head. In this situation, it would supplement unemployment insurance. But it can also be money that is set aside in the event that there is a major emergency, a family health crisis, a loss of childcare, a sudden need to buy a new car. It is a fund to keep you safe in the event of a job loss, secondarily to be able to handle unexpected crises that may arrive. Most financial analysts would recommend 6 months of living expenses, but that can actually be discouraging. When faced with the idea of having to save 6 months of living expenses, it can seem like such a huge hill that you're like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill just to have it roll back over him. 6 months is ideal, but may not be possible. If you live in a place like California, saving 6 months of living expenses can just seem so far-fetched that people don't even try. I would recommend that if that is out of question for you, shoot for 3. 3 months of living expenses. Again, if you lose your job, it helps fill in the gaps. It helps keep you going while you're looking for a new one. It helps keep food on the table. Now, financial analysts would say this is crazy, but if you have credit cards that have a lot of room on them, that can serve in an emergency as well. If you have 3 months of living expenses and you run out of money to keep your rent paid, to keep food on the table, you can also dip in briefly to your credit card if you had to. It wouldn't be ideal, but it would be possible. So that can serve as a backstop as well. But I would not have your credit card be it. I would definitely have money set aside. So where do you put this money? Well, like I talked about in the savings video, link at the end, if you keep it in the savings account next to your checking account, you're going to spend it. You won't have it when you need it. So I strongly recommend moving it to another place. A separate bank, a brokerage account, a CD, something like that. If it's a CD, keep it short term. Nerdwallet.com and Bankrate.com are both good places to look for those things. I am not endorsed to say that. I use them myself. So what I personally try to do is I try to have most of my emergency fund set aside, and then I try to keep between $500 and $1,000 close, easily accessible. So if I suddenly have an unexpected event that requires money, I have some extra money set aside. It's easily available. I can get it quickly. But once I spend it, I need to recharge that. But you keep your main emergency fund separate. 6 months can seem impossible. So do something. Emergency fund. It's a backstop to keep you going in the event really bad things happen. Think about setting one up. Anything helps. Even if you put $100 a month away, if you need it, that's going to make a huge difference. All right. Thanks for listening. Check out the savings video if you haven't seen it yet. Peace.